Hello, I am Vicky Manitou Okas, and I'm going to do some propagation today. I'm going to take some cuttings and I'm going to put them in my trusty um, propagation tray. This is a style that I have been using for oh, 30 years, and it works beautifully most of the time. Depends on the plant and the time of year and the stage of growth. But it works better than any other propagation method I have tried for taking cuttings. So I'm going to run through some of the things that I do for propagating some of my best cuttings. So what I'm going to do to get this ready is clean this up, and I'm going to put a little bit of water in here to reset it. Okay. In a propagation tray, I use either distilled water, bottled water, well water, or rainwater. And this is rainwater. And I'm going to add water. I'm going to add water to this until it starts coming out of these drainage holes. Okay, this is set up so that it holds water down in the bottom, and it wicks the water up into the top where the cuttings are at. But it doesn't drown the cuttings, so the cuttings stay moist, but they don't drown, so that they root nicely. And the sand makes a nice medium for the roots to push through, so that it has really strong roots. Sometimes if you're rooting in just plain water, it doesn't create, it creates what's called water roots, which are not as strong and viable as regular soil roots. And this, propagating this way, creates the soil roots, but it still has good moisture for the roots to take off. There's several ways to get plant material to propagate, and none of these are right now are at the ideal stage. It's a little bit too early in the season for the rosemary. Is just getting started. I prefer to wait for another month beyond this. This is early March, but it is starting to grow, so I'm going to give it a try. Okay, the other way that you can get plenty material is some of the herbs. You can use the fresh cut that you find in the grocery aisle, the produce aisle, and sometimes this works. Depends upon how fresh those cuttings are, okay, as to whether they will work or not. Mint family usually works pretty good, which these are all mint family. So we're going to give that a try. Okay, and I use just regular commercial rooting hormone. Okay, and I never dip into the container. So I have a little container here, put a little bit of rooting hormone into the container. And set that aside. I'll add some more if I need to. Okay, so we're going to, this pack had a branch of rosemary in it. So this looks like I can get several cuttings off of this too. Okay, there's a branch point. So what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for a point where it's branching and it's got new growth, which looks like right there's a good one. And I think I can get one more. So I'm going to cut this right there. And if you take a look at this, it's got a branch point with fresh growth. There's your fresh growth. It's cut right below a node. I'm going to take my scissors and remove all of the leaves. Remove all of the leaves from the bottom inch or two of that rosemary branch. And usually on rosemary, I want a softwood cutting or a semi-softwood cutting. Spring growth is best. Okay, put it in my mouth, give it a little bit damp, dip it in the rooting hormone. Okay, I'm going to make a fresh row for this. Okay. And just be aware that when you're buying the fresh cut herbs at the grocery store, this actually has a fairly low rate of rooting. Sometimes it works, but it's a way to get inexpensive plants if it works. Okay, there's the last piece. Get the end damp, rooting hormone, and plop it into the propagation tray. This is the best way to propagate plants, and everything that I'm propagating most of what I'm propagating today is mint family, but the best way to propagate mint family is from fresh cuttings. Okay, um, and this is my rosemary plant that is just starting to grow. Okay, I'm kind of messing around with it, kind of a pseudo. I am not going to glorify it as a bonsai, but I play around with this and trim it back and shape it how I want it. So right now I'm going to take some of this new growth and I am going to propagate the new growth on this as a fresh cutting. And there's some growth back here that I want to trim out. So I'll use those. Oh, oops. Some of this is a little bit too tender yet, but we're going to give it a try anyway. It is, rosemary is best propagated in, usually it takes better in uh, May or June than it does in March, but we're going to give it a try anyway. Okay. So those are all going to go into the propagation tray. That'll do for now. Okay, so this has got some nice fresh growth on it and a semi-woody base to it. So this is what I'm looking for to propagate the rosemary. I want a little bit of hardness to that base, but fresh growth. And I'm going to trim the bottom leaves off. And honestly, I expect this to take better than, even though this is not ideal, I expect this to take better than what I bought at the grocery store. Under ideal conditions, I usually get about 75 or 80% take on rosemary and thyme. Um, I get about, under ideal conditions, okay, that one's not going to work because it broke apart. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Under ideal conditions, I would expect about a 50% take on the sage, so we'll see if any of that works. Okay. This one's got a woody end to it, so that might work. Well, thanks for joining me today. I had a lot of fun propagating cuttings. See if they'll take. Even if the conditions aren't ideal, I do it anyway. So I love my little propagation tray. I can take cuttings and off of my mother plants and propagate just about anywhere. So, even if it's not ideal conditions, sometimes it takes and sometimes it doesn't. But it's free material, so give it a try. And that is just a really, really inexpensive way to propagate plants. And the propagation tray is so easy to make. So check that out.